Hi, I'm going to be reviewing the Ramada Big Loader 120. It's big, it's waterproof, or supposedly waterproof. I didn't get a chance to test that bit. I've used it once, but I figured I'd review it because I don't think I'll be using it again. There aren't many positives. The price is one. It was £25 including delivery, which is cheap for a bag of this size. It's strong. The material's okay. It is quite kind of like stiff, thick, canvasy material on the outside, and it's lined with like plastic, rubbery plastic on the inside. That's the waterproof membrane, but the stitching is not sealed. So if the bag gets wet on the outside, I'm pretty sure the water's just going to run in through the stitching holes into the inside. And I do wonder if the company that makes this knows that, because if you look here, there's like a little air vent, and I mean that lets the air out if you've sealed it up and you compress it and stuff, but to be honest, the air would just come out the top anyway. So I do wonder if that's to let water out of the bag if water gets in. So even though it's fully waterproof, and you can see the material, it's like a, you know, rubbery plastic, I would probably use dry bags inside it anyway. So yeah, I mean, it's got side pockets, it's got you know, a top retainer, but I mean, there's a lot of negatives. So I'll start with the simple ones. The straps, they're just not long enough. Like everywhere on this bag there's a strap. It doesn't have enough material for you to be able to get a good kind of like purchase on it and pull it tight around whatever you're tightening around. Like the side ones, for example, that's it fully open. So when you actually load these up, I'll come a bit closer so you can see. So when you actually load these up and they're full and the bag's full, if you do it up, you've literally got no material there to grab. So you can see, whereas previous bags that I've had, there's been at least twice that. Like the material comes all the way around, so you get a good amount of material to be able to pull it tight. You can also like leave these loose and put more stuff in between the pocket and this strap, and then strap it again. The other kind of disadvantage is there's only one of these straps. Usually you get two on the side, and there's only one. So, but that's like a theme throughout the whole of this bag. Like every strap is just, the material is too short, so that only extends up to the top. Again, around here, like this bit, this is the only place where they put a really long bit of material on the chest strap in, but it's fixed, so you can't tighten it. So again, like you do this up, and the tightest you can do the chest strap up to is there, and that's it. That's not very tight. Like you'd want it a lot tighter than that. Yeah, so the straps, the plastic clips, I mean, I've used a lot of bags, and the plastic is usually quite, you can tell it's like a good material, it's got some kind of give, but this is so brittle, it's very hard, and then when you flip it over, it's like, there's quite a lot of hollow sections, so they've saved a lot of money on the plastic they've used to kind of mold these things. I don't think it would take long to break them anyway. I already broke one of these zip cords off. I was just pulling the zip tight, and the plastic came off the end of the paracord, so that broke. I think that was up here somewhere. Yeah, this one. Oh no, somewhere. Yeah, another negative. This kind of bag section opens up. I'll try and show you. It's really awkward. There's these corners you have to get the zip around, but I mean, that's quite large, to be fair, and you can get a lot of stuff in there. I put like a stove, kind of twig stove in there, and A couple of other flat things. I think I had like the kitchen cutlery stuff in there, and that will fit. But one zip just makes it awkward. Like you can't just. It would be really nice if you had two zips. And there's a couple of places where you really need two zips. Like this side pocket, although it looks big, you can't get a full 1.5 litre bottle of water in there. The top sticks out, the cap sticks out by about 1.5 inches, and with there being only one zip, you zip it all the way up to the top where it meets the cap, and then it kind of can't go any further because there's no secondary zip on the other side, so you end up with this gaping gap and it's just going to fill with water. So that's pretty useless. With the water in there, this netting is pretty tight, but if you don't have a lot in the pockets, this net is so loose. I put something in there and it, you know, moving the bag about in the camp and stuff, things were just falling out of there, so I stopped using the nets. One of the major gripes I have, two, are around the straps. This kind of, I don't know what you call these, like hip supports, the hip straps. I mean, that's non-existent, it's tiny. It barely comes around the back here, and the worst bit about it is this cross stitching here. The like main strap is connected diagonally across that, and then this middle strap that goes around your waist is over the top. So if you kind of realize that they're rubbish and they don't do anything, you want to get them out of the way, tie them behind your back, you can't, because the main strap pulls it out and it just digs in your back. So I found I had to use these, and to be honest, the middle strap is pathetic. It's the same webbing they've used on the whole bag, and usually for the main strap around the waist you get a thicker bit, but this is usually, you have to have it so loose, otherwise it just, you know, digs in. And again, these straps, they're strong, I'll give you that. I mean, I've been using it and the stitching is starting to come away. I packed this with 28 kilos, including the bag, and it was pretty heavy. But this strap has just got no padding. It's got padding inside it, but it's virtually non-existent. And with that amount of weight, and that's not even that much, it just crushes your shoulders. When I used it the weekend, we had to go 2 miles from where we parked the car up to the place where we were camping, and there were a couple of hills we had to go up, and it just reached a point where it was just agony. It didn't sit right on the shoulders, the chest strap didn't pull the straps in enough, the waist strap didn't provide any support, and so you had the full weight of the bag just going straight on top of these tiny little straps that just dug right into your shoulder. It was awful. So although it's big and it kind of carries a lot of stuff, you wouldn't want to like load it up too heavy because you can't walk anywhere with it. So it's not a hiking bag, it's something you'd use as, you know, you're camping nearby, which is fine. It is cheap, like I said, £25, you can't argue with that, but I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a bag this weekend because I didn't want to spend ages researching and trying to find one and going in and out of shops, checking them, make sure they're big enough, and I just wanted a 120 litre bag to carry all my crap, and I didn't want to spend a lot, so I, you know, chucked 25 quid at this thinking, you know, it would do the job. It did the job, but I don't think it would really last that much longer, to be honest. It's just not great. So yeah, that's my review. The Andes Ramada big loader 120. Big loader crap.